Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to another Ultimate Review by PureCast9. In today's episode, I'm going to give you the most in-depth and unbiased review of the boAt Airdopes 461. So at the time I'm making this video, the big billion days on Flipkart are going on, and the boAt Airdopes 461 is a big billion day special. Of course, it will be available later on, but if you are planning to buy this right now and you're confused, watch this episode and everything will be crystal clear. So without wasting further time, let's get straight into the specs of the boAt Airdopes 461. So these are truly wireless earbuds which have IPX5 water and dust resistance. Now each of these earbuds have 60 milliamp hours of battery capacity. So boAt claims that gives you 6 hours of continuous playback, and the charging case has a battery capacity of 600 milliamp hours. So with that charging case, you can extend the battery life by an additional 40 hours. So total, you get 46 hours of playback or battery backup, which is mighty impressive. Now on the surface of the earbuds, these stems have capacitive touch controls. So with this, you can do the usual, the play, pause track, go to the next track or the previous track, answer and end calls. And boAt also has something called Crystal Mode and Beast Mode. Now what Crystal Mode does is, with a triple tap on either of the earbuds, you can enable Crystal Mode, which basically lowers the volume a lot to say around 20%, and it lets in all the ambient noise. And this, I guess, is very useful if you're on the road, you're walking on the sidewalk and you want to be aware of your surroundings. So this is where Crystal Mode comes in really handy, as it lets in a lot of outside noise so that you're aware. And with Beast Mode, what it does is it basically reduces the latency between the video and the audio even further. And I say even further because these already have Bluetooth version 5, which as it is reduces a lot of the lag or latency between the audio and video. But I guess with Beast Mode on, you can reduce that lag even further, and this is particularly helpful for gamers, where if there is a lag between the audio and video, that could be the difference between winning or losing a game. I don't know, I'm not a gamer, but I guess it'll be very useful for gamers in general. Now apart from this, these have microphones on each of the earbuds, and call quality is quite clear. I was very clear on the other end, and the other person there was no call drop and was very clear in my ear as well. Now they say that with a 5-minute charge, you get 60 minutes of playback. So this is more or less true, but it only depends that you have to keep the volume to around 70 to 80% if you want to get that. And even with their claim of 6 hours of battery backup in a single charge for the earbuds, that is not at 100% volume. It's say at around 70 to 75% volume, which is good enough because these get quite loud. Now they also provide you with 3 sized ear tips, so make sure you find or use the one that gives you the best fit, because that will provide you with the best passive noise isolation and cut out outside noise so that your music or movie listening experience is all the better. You can also summon your voice assistant, whether it's Google Assistant or Siri, with a long press on either of the earbud, and then you can say the magic word and get your things done. And the reason this comes in handy is because one drawback of these earbuds is that they don't have a dedicated volume control. So if you want to do that, you either have to take out your phone, or you can summon your voice assistant and tell the voice assistant to lower or raise the volume. So that is a drawback, in addition to it having micro USB charging port and not USB type C. I mean, it's 2020 and that should have been obvious, but it is what it is. So with that all said, now let me give you my verdict on the main criteria, the sound. How did these earphones perform in my testing? Now, if you're an existing viewer, you know I don't just say it sounds good or it sounds bad. I delve deeper and I break it down into 3 frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear: the highs, the mids, and the lows. Starting off with the highs throughout, even at max volume, had 0 distortion. They were at the sweet spot, no artificial over sharpening, didn't sound hollow, very sweet, sounded just crisp and sharp, and there was no distortion, which is very, very impressive. Coming to the mids, where the vocals lie, again, what I love about these is the vocals maintained their natural tone. It was warm, it sounded full and rich, and it did not interfere with the highs or eat up the highs. The highs maintained its separate track. I could hear the crystal clear instruments in the higher frequencies very nicely, and the vocals sounded warm, rich, and full. Now coming to the low end or the bass, this is where again I was mighty impressed because this produces very undistorted, deep, thick bass, which makes the entire movie watching or music listening experience really, really good. And the best part is the bass, even when it hits at max volume, it does not eat up the mids or the highs. So all of these three frequencies more or less maintain a very good separate track, each of these in their separate lanes, and they sound very, very good. The bass, thick and round, no distortion, not extreme bass which really eats up the rest of the frequencies and makes it sound muddy, but very nice, thick bass, vocals in the mid frequencies, warm and rich, and the highs, sweet, not unpleasant to listen to even at max volume, and altogether three frequencies produced very, very good sound. Out of 5, if I had to rate the sound, I would definitely give them a 4.8 out of 5. For its price, the sound is really, really good, and with the battery backup it has, with the quality, and with the crystal mode, which I think is pretty useful because most of us are used to wearing our earphones even while we are on the road, and we tend to get so engrossed in the music or whatever we are listening to that we tend to ignore the surroundings, and which is very unsafe. So crystal mode, thank you boAt for including this. It's kind of like the same as transparency mode in the AirPods Pro from Apple. So it's a very good feature to have. Now this does not have active noise cancellation, and honestly you don't need that because if you get a right seal and fit with the correct ear tip which they provide, it provides very good passive noise isolation, so you don't need a separate noise cancellation for this. And even when you're watching movies and everything, there is no lag. I tried it out with a number of YouTube videos which I was watching. There was no lag between the video and the audio, which is always good. So all in all, boAt Airdopes 461 is a solid pair of truly wireless earbuds, which I definitely highly recommend. So guys, that was the review. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any other query regarding these earbuds, do let me know in the comment section below. And if after watching this review, you're convinced that this is the earbud for you, and I highly recommend that if you are looking for a earbud below the 3,000 rupee range, this is really, really good. So the link to this earphone will be in the description below. I would really appreciate that if you do decide to buy these earbuds, please use that link. It'll cost you 0 extra. Trust me on that. But it will help me run this channel and produce more and more quality content just for you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hit like on this video, subscribe to PRcast9 if you haven't already, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.